now, much softer now.
This party's closing down, let's head out.
It's softer now, much softer now, much softer now.
This party's closing down, let's head out.
It's not that late, we'll find something. It's not that late.
It's really not that late.
It's not that late, we'll find something. It's not that late, it's only 3 a.m. Shut down, leave alone with nobody else. Shut down, leave alone again. Shut down, leave alone with nobody else. Shut down, leave alone again. Shut down, leave alone with nobody else. Shut down, leave alone again. One more time. Shut down, leave alone with nobody else. Shut down, leave alone again, again.
I cannot go home.
Okay, then who's your doctor?
Anne's my doctor. And she's the most beautiful nurse in the world. Oh, God, now I'm hot. Now it's really hot in here.
Okay, well, that's your fever.
Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here, and it says you could have Poppin Off activity problems.
Oh, I have to comment on this. I have to comment on this. Welcome into Poppin Off. I am Danny Otto. Joining me tonight, the one, the only Megs.
Hey.
50 Shades of Greg.
You could be anywhere doing anything. Thank you for being here doing us, everybody.
All right, bring it back to me. That is my favorite Andy Dwyer part of Parks and Rec, and here's why. Because all of the behind-the-scenes stuff, the creators, the writers of the show, say that they hate Chris Pratt because that was an improv line. That
he
whole
does so
thing
much of that.
was improv. He literally did that, and they were lucky that they caught it. That was the take, and he just made it up, like on the spot. And luckily, they had like somebody was just like, just follow whatever he's doing.
Just go with it.
And they
Just
kept
go with it, guys, because it's
and
amazing.
They say it in like the one of the YouTube clips I was watching of Parks and Rec and stuff like that, and it was they're like, I hate Chris Pratt because I could never write anything as funny as that.
Oh,
improv
that
line.
is interesting.
He literally improved that line, like that whole thing.
Oh, dude, he's improv so many amazing
Yeah,
things. And by the way, a lot of things that have never seen the light of day unless you're searching for him on YouTube.
Yeah. He's very talented.
I've seen some
He's
things
one of the
that,
greatest things about Parks and Rec.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
yes, and
Oh my
some of the
God.
things that he said, they obviously cannot make the show. But if you dig
Are you
deep
talking about the
enough,
Kim Kardashian one?
There's that one. There's that one.
Everybody likes a comeback
But
story.
if you dig deep enough, you can find some real good improv.
That was really funny. The
Yeah.
comeback story.
He's got to be crazy smart. Improv is
Absolutely,
Oh,
he's smart.
wow.
Absolutely.
All right. We have so much to get to, guys.
Yes.
We have Disney Plus and Us, hashtag trending, gamer tags. We got a full slate tonight. It's going to be awesome. We got to start with the Pops of the Night.
yes.
Yes.
Pops of the Night, also another line. Obviously, we don't have them in person. They're not out yet. Some of them actually are coming out already, but they're not all out yet. Guys, can we throw to that really quick? Yeah! So the Pops of the Night are the Black Widow line
Oh my God.
Pops.
Oh,
These are
my
awesome.
God. So awesome. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm really
about
excited
this.
for these.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm a little bit sad about, and look, it's fine. It's actually a good thing because it's not going to give anything away for the movie or anything. But I do kind of like sometimes when the Pops are released and they kind of shed a little bit more.
Oh,
into the
sure.
movie. You know what I mean?
don't
Like
know.
I
Sure.
I like that. You don't, obviously, because you don't like spoilers.
I do not.
But for me, it's like, oh, they showed Taskmaster without his helmet on, and it's
See, and I just try
Like,
not
you know
to
what I
think.
mean?
I just try not to think about it. Like literally, I look at that and I'm like, appreciate how cool they are. Don't think about any plots or storylines or why
I'm
these
gonna force you
would
to
be
think
coming
about
out.
some plots and storylines.
Well, you
today.
do that, but I like those. I do because they're theories and I love them.
Yeah.
And
I
you
don't
know
actually
what?
know
If
any.
it turns out to be one, I'm gonna be like, hey, good work, Megan. But it doesn't ruin
Shut your
anything for me
mouth.
because when I'm in the theater, I'm not going, well, Megatron already saw this and told me. That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
what
that's
it
different.
is.
That's absolutely
it's very
different. Yeah.
It's very different.
If it's a definitive spoiler, that's
right,
not cool.
very different.
Before we get to Netflix and Spill or Disney Plus and Us, whatever we're gonna call it, whatever we want, I did want to give really quick story. Bad Boys 3, and you posted this in our group. We were going back and forth and everything. Bad Boys 3 had such a good opening weekend that there's already talks about creating a Bad Boys 4.
That's crazy. That is so fast.
Excited to see Bad Boys 3 still.
Yeah.
Have not seen it yet, but it did so well opening weekend that they're already thinking about doing a fourth one.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is incredible. And
Dude,
you sent
so
me an
fast.
article that said like the three reasons why it worked.
Yeah. Did you read it?
I did not. I apologize. What was it?
Well,
Well, a
tell
big
us.
part of it is the star power behind it and the nostalgia of having that buddy comedy of them together, and also
Here's the
remind
reason.
me, was it Fox or Sony? Sony? I think it was Sony.
Oh.
I read the article, but
Sony.
they're saying that they've been lately kind of really culling their older movies and trying to find a hit to build a new franchise off of.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and like it hasn't always worked in recent years, but this is just one that really has.
Well,
Like,
I saw-
and, like,
Gotcha.
so they're very excited about it. That people, this is one for whatever reason has like really caught people's
Taken
attention.
hold.
Right.
Right.
I saw an interview with Will Smith, and we'll be really quick, but I saw an interview with Will Smith, and he said the reason why we waited this long to do Bad Boys 3 is because we didn't just want it to be another Bad Boys movie. We wanted to make sure that we made it as good as we could make it. We wanted to make sure that the story was right. Otherwise, it wasn't worth us, either one of us, making it.
Yeah.
Whether Will Smith or Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence, like both of them
Yeah.
are big enough stars now where they can just be like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's
Of
not worth it
course.
to me. I don't have to work anymore for the rest of my life.
Of course.
So
Sony, I was right.
they wanted
Yeah,
to make
that makes
sure that it was worth the movie for them to spend their time.
Dude,
doing.
and the trailers look great. Look
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So basically, the article was saying like the weekend that it chose, Martin Luther King weekend, has historically been kind of a light weekend. But if a big movie opens that weekend, it has really good odds of doing really well.
Okay.
Like American Sniper
Okay.
before as well. And I'm saying basically Martin Luther King weekend release date is one of the big reasons that it did so well. Because it's kind of like that lull after the big holiday rush of movies, right? And it's like people are kind of over those, and there's not a lot of big things coming out. And then that first big thing that comes out usually does really well because people are excited for something big. The critics actually really liked this movie, which is different.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
got about 10
it
seconds.
was very well reviewed.
I didn't know that.
And also, there's no replacement for chemistry.
Yeah.
All right,
good
guys.
call.
Two guys.
Good
Stay
call.
tuned.
Good
We have
call.
so much more popping off. We've got Disney Plus and Us, hashtag trending, gamer tags. Guys, so much more. Stay tuned right after this.
It's Poppin' Off.
An Aspen ski resort offers Dumb and Dumber vacation package.
Yes.
How awesome,
Yes.
how awesome is this?
Yes.
If they gave us the two tuxedos, I would totally go.
They give you the tuxedos, they give you everything. They also like fly you in. They try to like recreate the fact that you drove around in Lamborghinis and you flew in private jets and that whole thing. So it's a great idea.
Do they have a girl named Mary that you're constantly bumping into?
No.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream. It's Poppin' Off.
The execs at Netflix tell the actors that are promoting their stuff that's going to Netflix that they want to stay away from the terms binge watching.
Didn't they coin the term binge watching? Isn't that like what they're known for?
Right, but they want to stay away from binge watching, the term binge
They
watching.
want to go to what? Like Netflix and chilling?
Or they want to get away from it because it has a negative connotation to it. You have to figure anything binge is just associated with binge drinking and binging anything.
But now, when I think of binge, I don't even think of binge drinking. I just think of binge watching.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream.
Happy Thor's Day.
Yeah.
Welcome back
Oh,
into
this is
Poppin'
for Dan.
I am Danny Otto. Joining with me tonight, the one, the only Megatron.
I just want to say Gorillaz is one of Danos' favorite bands
it should
in the
be.
world.
50
So,
Shades Greg.
This is for you.
Great band. And hi, everyone.
Hi.
All right.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Netflix and Spill / Disney Plus and Us.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
So, half of this entire segment, as we have people just staring very awkwardly through the one little sliver through the glass.
They're waving at us.
Yeah.
They love to do it.
Half of this entire segment is all going to be devoted to the upcoming Black Widow stuff. A lot of it. That's why the Pops of the Night were Black Widow trailer.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a tease. Anyway, so first thing I want to do, a newer Black Widow trailer dropped.
Yes.
With a little bit more footage. Not a lot more footage, just kind of like more stuff spliced together.
Very
but
excited.
I did get some of the newer things that were in there. Guys, can we, do we have that? Are we ready?
Who the hell is that guy?
Yep.
I don't think I could be more excited about this movie than I am.
I mean, I've been very excited about it.
Like
but
he's full. What we saw in that, which I'm so happy with the segment that you chose. Like you saw him like doing so many different fighting styles we're familiar with. I mean, obviously at the end they really highlighted that with the echoing Black Widow's movements.
Yep.
But even Captain America fighting with the shield, the way he did the backwards throw, that's all Cap.
As soon as you fight the Taskmaster, he knows how to fight exactly like you.
Yeah, so so it's interesting, like how this is gonna fit in. Like, there's so many teases in there that's so subtle.
Yep.
I fell down a rabbit hole, like, because I didn't know anything about Taskmaster.
The best of us.
Because I've said in the past a bunch of times, I didn't grow up reading a lot of comics.
Right.
So
sure.
When a new person in the comic universe is introduced in the movie universe, I kind of fall down a rabbit hole and I try to learn a little bit more about them, or
which is great. Which is great.
Yeah.
So with Taskmaster, I fell down that rabbit hole and kind of tried to get like the comic backstory of him and stuff like that. And basically the only people that were successful in being able to beat him were doing things completely uncharacteristic. Like I think
you have to be able to kind of improvise.
Yeah,
and
one
just
of the
go out
things,
of your comfort
Captain
zone.
America, I think, beat him
He
by
did.
just completely fighting differently. Every single interaction was completely different.
That's a comic arc that I read.
Right.
Like, Captain America is just like, what do I do? Oh,
something
okay.
completely different every single time.
Every time you
can't
have
plan
to.
it.
You can't.
It's
Right.
like that heist episode of Rick and Morty.
Yes,
Just be random.
yes.
All right. So
that's great.
what we really wanted to do, which
was
is really
perfect.
interesting, and you brought it up, is that along with the movie coming out and this new trailer, there's also an accompanying two comic
Two-part,
arc. And you got the first issue.
Yeah. So usually when the big movies come out, Marvel does this. They put out a prelude comic, which is sort of setting up what you kind of need to be reminded of or know for the movie. And part one has come out. The part two is coming out in February. So we just kind of thought we would kind of recap and highlight the important bits of this in case people in the population have not read it.
Love it.
So we're looking at there's the cover of it there. Our lovely Natasha. So the comic basically starts out with kind of going back to the end of Winter Soldier. So if we remember at the end when they're kind of confronting Pierce, Robert Redford's character, she's obviously undercover as Congresswoman Holly, right? She's got that tech to change her face.
Makes sense.
There's that image
Yep.
when she whips off the face and she's like, did I step on your moment?
Love
That
it.
whole great moment, right? So then the comic goes into it's a conversation between Ross and the real Congresswoman Holly, or Councilwoman Holly, sorry. So they're having this conversation. Now, she is very much on Natasha's side, right? And Ross is trying to convince her that Natasha is an enemy, basically. And she's like, no, she's a hero. She saved our lives. Why would we think that? You're making a lot of assumptions. So the conversation evolves basically into kind of recapping a lot of her storyline throughout all the movies so far. So she uses as an example that she fought along with Iron Man in the big airport face-off in Civil War. And he counters that with the that he believes that she helped Cap and Winter Soldier get away. Right, which we know to be true.
Yeah, I was going to say, which she
but there's
Yeah.
no evidence that they have, apparently, because they've been trying to get T'Challa, Black Panther, to
Fair.
testify, but he has been refusing to return their phone calls. So this is highlighting to us that we now
He's not
know
a snitch.
that Black Widow
He is
Black
not a snitch.
Panther, wow, is not
snitch.
speaking about this, right?
Right.
And then it goes into talking about her background in the Red Room, which is what we're looking at right here.
Those are the flashbacks we got. In,
exactly.
Avengers
In
too.
Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Avengers too.
And also like with her talking to Hulk, talking about her background to Bruce Banner also. So they talk
And
about
is
her
there
training.
anything there in the comic? Like, do they have like? Is there a reference to them having some kind of like torrid relationship?
No.
Okay.
Bruce Banner's not in this at all.
Okay.
But they're just talking about, like, what do we know? And he's like, okay, by all means, I'll fill you in. And they're going into the stuff about the Red Room, about how, she was adopted there. She lived in the streets. And, or before that, she was adopted as a young kid into there. General Dreykov, she got his attention. And then she was trained by a woman known as Madam B.
Mhm.
And
That was the
she was their
KGB
star.
shit,
Their star pupil.
We remember what I'm taking from this. I haven't read that, but the flashback in Ultron where it's like the ballet scene,
Exactly,
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
like
Red
that,
Room
there was an
flashback.
image of that here in
Right,
the
right,
comic.
right.
Yeah,
That makes
and,
sense.
And then, but what's interesting in the comic is like what they know is that the image we saw previous to this one was that apparently as she was their star pupil, she started to learn what that would mean. AKA the ceremony that she told Bruce Banner about. And she started to fake not being as good, right? She was pretending to fail for a while, but it did not work. So what we're looking at here is Madam B saying like, oh, you're sloppy, pretending to fail. That's not going to work. It's time for you to take your place in the world. And she says, I have no place in this world. Exactly. So she underwent the ceremony, right? So then they start to speculate on why she may have defected from the KGB and joined to become an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? So I think we have the next image of that as well, kind of setting up that. Yeah, I love that image.
Okay.
It's really cool art.
Amazing.
So, and there's like, well, why would she have defected? What changed, right? So then there are three major theories that they have. Or stories, accounts of why she may have defected from S.H.I.E.L.D. So I think we have that image as well. So one account is that she ran into Clint Barton during a mission that went horribly wrong, and he saved her life. And under the stress of the situation, they bonded.
And doesn't she refer to that in one of the
they've
movies?
talked about that. Yeah.
What's the?
So I think that's kind of like the real story. But then the next
Uruguay?
one,
No.
What do they say? Remember
What's the country?
Remember?
Oh man, they talk about
Budapest.
Budapest. Yeah.
That's
So
what
then
it is.
the
That's
other
what it is.
another
Thank you,
theory
Sean.
is that she saved Nick Fury's life, and he was so impressed by her that he offered her a position with S.H.I.E.L.D. But then there's also the possibility that the ceremony she underwent caused her to lose faith in her homeland, and she wanted a fresh start. All we know is that she became an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it really highlights her past interaction with the Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Right? So it recounts that one of her early missions with S.H.I.E.L.D. was when she was escorting the nuclear engineer out of Iran.
Mhm.
And the Winter Soldier was after that engineer. And
Right.
the story that she told Cap in Winter
Yep,
Soldier
yep.
that he shot through her
Yes.
to get to him, right?
Yep.
So they really make a point of highlighting that as well. And then after that, apparently her failure in
there it
that
is.
mission, there it is.
Yep.
Her failure in that mission was why she ended up kind of being taken out of the field, and she was assigned to Stark Industries. So this is where we met her in the comics, right? In Iron Man 2. Was kind of, as like a little like legal aid or whatever for
Right.
Stark Industries. And of course, the comic ends with her kicking Happy's ass.
Yeah.
We all love that scene, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, and then it's just like, and that was how it started to go off the rails.
I love that
To be continued.
I love that you called him Winter Soldier. Happy.
Happy. Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically a summary of issue 1 of the Prelude, which we will also recap issue 2 when that comes out. But I think the things that stood out to me, which was really the images that I chose there too, was that I think in this movie, my theories are that because they highlighted it so heavily, I think we're going to finally see how she defected from the KGB.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that.
I do too.
And hear that story. So
Yep.
in my theory is I think we're going to see Hawkeye in this movie.
Oh, I hope so.
I would love to see how they bonded
yeah.
and like finally find out what happened at Budapest.
Yes, me too.
I think
Why
it's
would they not
interesting-
do that? I
Yeah.
think they will.
I think it's interesting they recalled her time in the Red Room too, which we've seen before. Obviously, in the trailer, they highlight that there's like a new class of widows. Although, you know, they mention in this, I believe that they believe kind of like there aren't any more, but depending on where the timeline is, I guess.
Sure.
It'll be interesting to see how that happens. You know, so I think we're returning there, and they highlighted her undergoing the ceremony. I know I've mentioned briefly that, it may be in a joking capacity, that I think they're going to do the clone storyline in some capacity. There's a big storyline in the comics, by the way, that after Black Widow died, there was the Red Room cloned her because they had her DNA. They were her star.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes there was like up to 3 different versions of her. Right?
Okay.
So I think that they're going to use that storyline in some capacity. I don't know if it's going to be that the Black Widow we're watching in this movie the whole time. We'll find out that she's been a clone the whole time, and it'll, you know, but whatever it is.
Or she'll die. The Taskmaster will kill her,
Yeah,
and then there'll be another one.
Or,
Yeah.
you know,
wanna say-
my favorite
yeah,
theory is
I
that
was
maybe
gonna
the
ask you-
Taskmaster is a clone of Natasha.
Ooh,
I mean,
love
I don't
it.
know. I think
That's
that
the
there's
one that she-
such a
No,
big
but
world.
this is the stuff I love it.
I think
Yeah.
there's such a huge opportunity here. There's a reason that they chose this movie to be the beginning of the next phase.
I agree.
I think whatever happens in this movie is going to alter the way we've seen everything up to this point.
I agree. It was like
And I
Iron
think it's gonna
Man
be really
3 was
interesting.
technically the start of phase 2.
Yeah.
And if you really look at that movie, the tone change is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, Megatron.
Yeah.
You know-
I think this is for a reason.
What's
I
what's
agree.
crazy? A lot of people didn't like Iron Man 3.
Oh, I loved it.
I really did.
I
I
loved
really,
it.
because it gives
It's
such
actually better on a second viewing. So if you didn't
Yeah.
like it the first time you
Yes,
watch it,
go
go back and
watch
watch
it.
it now.
It's
It's going to feel
such
a little different.
Megatron is correct.
a different aspect of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's
I
I agree.
really liked
The
about it.
It's
PTSD
dark.
and like dealing with
Right.
that.
It's
Dealing-
dark.
changes the
And
tone
I
a
always
little.
wanted that with him. It does change the tone, and I love it.
And it really
So
shows
I'm looking
like
forward to this.
how much he doesn't need the Iron Man suit to be able to do stuff, because he makes all these weird like little gadgets to get in and out without the suit.
Right.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
But then at the end, what saves him is like that he's made 23 suits because he's been depressed, and that's all he's been able to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she says throughout it, she's like, all you do is spend time down here.
It sets
What are you
up his
doing?
entire arc for the rest of the
I
series.
totally
Yeah.
agree. Totally
Yeah.
agree.
But going into that ceremony and highlighting the ceremony, like it's possible that they extracted her DNA and
Yep.
kept her DNA during that
Yep.
ceremony. So I'm just saying.
Yep.
Winter Soldier is highlighted heavily in here. I mean, I've been a long proponent, and I know that there's a huge following of comic book readers who are desperately hoping to see the Winter Soldier Black Widow storyline that's in the comics. I will forever stan Winter Widow. They are such an amazing couple. But I would love to see finally, definitively, that Winter Soldier was her trainer in the Red Room. That's in the comics.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the comics, she's not that far from the same age as Winter Soldier.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
because she's had the serum that slows down her aging. It heals up her healing factor.
Yep.
And he trained her. And one of the things that I was just thinking about yesterday and talking about was that if you look over all of her fight scenes in all of the movies, the only times you see her legitimately scared are when she fights the Hulk.
Yep.
And when she fights Winter Soldier. She is never
Ooh,
afraid or flinches
that's a
any other
good
time.
point.
She is a badass fighting aliens. The Black Order, she is not afraid of.
Not even that afraid of
But
Thanos.
she looks terrified fighting the Winter Soldier.
That's such
and
an
Bruce
interesting
Banner. And those are the
point.
two characters potentially that she has romantic history with.
Interesting.
Because in the comics, when he's training her in the Red Room, they have an affair. And it's one of the main reasons that they decide to freeze the Winter Soldier is to break them up.
Oh!
Because she's making him too human.
Very awesome.
You know, so it's an awesome storyline in the comics.
Very awesome.
So I think it's interesting. I think the biggest thing that I'm interested in with this that made me go, oh my God, when I started reading it was the fact that they opened this entire prelude highlighting the fact that she has the tech to look like whoever she wants.
Right.
I think that's going to be important. I think it's going to play a factor.
Yeah.
And we've never seen that since then.
No.
Her having that tech to do that.
No.
You know, and I think it's going to be important. But I mean, there's other things that, going back to the Winter Soldier thing, there is one line of dialogue in all of these movies that the people who really want this storyline to happen have been hanging on to the whole time.
Okay.
Is in Civil War, Winter Soldier and Black Widow are fighting, right?
Yeah.
And he's choking her out, and she says, "You could at least recognize me."
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Like,
I don't
if that
even-
stood
I
out
don't
to you
even
or
remember
not.
that.
But that's the thing is
Remember
people are
that.
like, oh my God, that's it. That's the one line of dialogue that betrays that. And I know she's never said anything up to this point, but she's a spy. She's highly
I thought
secretive.
I thought you
She
said
probably only told Steve Rogers what he needed to know.
right.
You know, to
I
like
think
take
I'm
him
gonna
as
have to
credible
go back
threat.
and watch Civil War now.
I know,
He's
me
choking her out
too.
on the table after they had the big fight.
Yes.
Because he knows how to fight her.
Yeah.
you know? And she's like, you can at least recognize me.
Oh, see, because
God.
I remember it as her saying nobody chokes me without consent. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We have so much more of Poppin' Off. We've got hashtag trending. We've got gamer tags. We've got so much more. Guys, stay tuned. Why would you leave now?
You wouldn't.
Why?
You wouldn't.
Why would
You
leave
wouldn't.
now? Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
It's Poppin' Off.
Dr. Mario World mobile game.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, I would love to play that on my phone. Making it a mobile
I would
game?
too.
This is awesome.
I used to play this on the original NES.
Being able to play on mobile, I think, would kind of open the world for a lot of people who've never played this game to be able to play it because everyone has a phone. Just
Right.
as long as it can run on iPhones or like people who are broken have Androids, then
Was that a dig at T downstairs?
It sure was.
there's only one person that turns our group chat screen.
That's right.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream. Pop, 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 pop. It's Poppin' Off.
They tell you that the movie's going to be over 3 hours runtime. Would you rather have an intermission for you to be able to get up, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, get another drink, or would you rather just have to sit there and hold it?
I don't normally go see movies because they are really long.
I would love an intermission. It's maybe like an extra 10 or 15 minutes. It's kind of like theater.
No, I think intermissions are stupid. I would watch all 3 Human Centipede movies without going to the bathroom. I'm not
Ow.
gonna.
I would go to the bathroom and throw up.
Watch live and on demand at youtube.com/Poppin' Off Show.
Welcome back into Poppin' Off. I am Danny Otto. Joining with me tonight, the one, the only Megatron. 50 Shades of Greg.
Somebody scream. I'll scream. Ah. Yeah, we got it.
All right.
Let's go.
So before we get into trending, there's one more story I wanted to do in Netflix and Spill / Disney Plus and Us, or whatever we're calling it.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting, and there's been a lot of news coming out about Doctor Strange 2. Number one, with the director leaving, and just what Doctor Strange 2 in general could make. Anything can happen because we're going to be dealing with the multiverse. We could get mutants involved.
Sure.
So much stuff can be coming out of this. But one of the newest rumors actually comes from one of the casting websites that you guys have used. What is it? Offstage or
we use what, Backstage? Tim?
Backstage. That's what it is.
Something
It's
like that?
Backstage.
Yeah.
No. So a very short synopsis was released on Backstage for casting, and it says after the events of Avengers Endgame, Dr. Stephen Strange continues his research on the Time Stone. Says, but an old friend turned enemy puts an end to his plans and causes Strange to unleash unspeakable evil. So what they're speculating is that is Mordo, obviously from
Makes
Doctor
sense.
Strange 1.
Makes sense.
But the biggest thing that this article has been talking about is that they mentioned the Time Stone.
Yeah. They have to put
After
it back
Endgame, but after Endgame, all of the Infinity Stones in this timeline are gone. So what they're saying is, because of this brief synopsis listed on a casting website, somehow now we may be getting the Infinity Stones back somehow.
Yeah.
We don't know how.
Listen, we got a multiverse to deal with now, and it literally is
That's
the
what-
multiverse of madness. So
That's what
there
I
are
was gonna say.
Conceivably,
So-
Infinity
time
Stones
travel.
in every dimension.
I really wanted to
Agreed.
mention this just because now, I just watched, by the way, I just sat down and watched Doctor Strange 1 again. Very good movie, by the way.
Trippy and awesome.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't think it was good the first time I watched it or anything like that, but just like the rewatch. I'm starting to rewatch like all of them just because Disney Plus, I have access to most of them.
Yeah, of course. I
And
think
so
we
I
all are.
kind of just sat down and I was just like, I was doing stuff. I was actually making the rundown and I just had it on in the background. I was just watching it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Like just very solid.
Yeah.
Still can watch it. Knew everything that was going to happen, but still was very interested.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they do with Mordo. I love Chiwetel Ejiofor. He's a great actor. So,
So I just wanted to make
Excited
sure
to see
we got that out. I know it was on the rundown. I didn't want to skip it, just because a lot of stuff's been coming out about the movie and what the movie could be leading to, what we could get from it. Also, we got a tweet from Patrick Stewart saying, by the way,
I could not be happier
Do you
about
want
that.
to say what your news is? Picard airs tonight.
Yes, tonight, Star Trek Picard airs. I'm wearing my Chateau Picard shirt that I got at New York Comic Con in honor of that. I would have brought the wine glass, but I didn't want to break it on the way into the studio. And I just subscribed to CBS All Access, so I'm ready to go.
Anyway, so Patrick Stewart tweeted that he met with Kevin Feige and discussed X-Men in the MCU and Professor X. He didn't really say anything other than that, so we don't know if it's him as Professor X or if he's meeting with Kevin Feige to discuss who could play Professor X.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know anything. We don't know if it's going to involve Doctor Strange in the multiverse. We don't know anything. But
I couldn't be more happy than
it's just exciting.
imagining him continuing to play Professor X because there's nobody better.
Right?
It's just exciting.
I'm with you.
I feel like
that-
Stefan right now.
I'm with you.
Anyway.
Yeah,
It's
moving
got
on.
everything.
Moving on. Hashtag trending.
I agree.
And so, okay, for tonight, for hashtag trending, we wanted to go on a little bit of a road trip. So tonight, it's not the Florida man story of the week or the night. Tonight, it is the Kansas man story of the night!
Woo!
Oh, God.
Sean.
Toto?
Sean.
I have a feeling we're not in Florida anymore.
Sean!
Florida anymore?
Sean, that was genius.
Oh, Sean.
Story of the night.
Where do you come up with this shit? That is genius. Kansas, 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 Kansas. Sean, you killed it, buddy.
All right. So, Kansas man story of the night. Kansas man requests trial by combat with Japanese swords to settle dispute with ex-wife.
This is my favorite
By the way,
thing.
it was noted
Favorite
in
thing.
the article that the ex-wife was from Iowa. I don't know why that was important,
I am not the ex-wife. I just want to know.
but it was predominantly listed in the article that the ex-wife was from Iowa. I don't know why. It was just what's up,
buddy.
Sean?
So my one question about this story is this guy, has he been watching Game of Thrones enough times?
And The
Apparently.
Witcher. And The Witcher.
And The Witcher.
Trial by combat.
Apparently. Here's what the article said, though, and I don't know if this is true or not, because maybe I should have checked the source, but the article does say that by law, we have never actually gotten rid of that. So it's actually possible.
Technically legal.
It's technically possible. But apparently the judge was like, are you kidding? And he said, apparently in the courtroom, he said, well, I mean, her lawyer could take her place. Sounds a lot to me like
Who's
he
her
doesn't
second?
like the lawyer. Yeah. He's like, I'm really after that
kill
guy.
her lawyer as
yeah,
well.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
Anyway.
I guess if they went through that, it shows you what kind of divorce they had.
Right?
It's like, well, I'd be happy to kill the lawyer.
Right. Or you.
That works
Whatever.
too. That works too.
Just let me take 2 years. He said he wanted 2 years to craft his sword. True story. It's in the article.
Trial by combat in 2 years.
Because I need to go like travel somewhere where I can get like a sword made that it's very Kill Bill. It's very Kill Bill.
He wanted to happen to find the lake where a sword was just going to be thrust out of the lake, and he was going to be.
And he needs time.
He was going to become the king of England.
Yeah,
you
needs
know,
time.
all of that.
All right.
Anyway, moving on.
Let's go.
Moving on. So, by the way, in the future, we are going to be taking more road trips. So it won't always be the Florida man story of the night. It may be another state. So if you have suggestions,
hometown stories,
yes, of
Ooh, that's
another
good. That's good.
blank man story of the night, let us know, and we'll have them in upcoming episodes.
What is the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in your hometown? Let us know.
Great call.
That's
exactly.
cool.
Great
All
call.
right,
Be fun.
So moving on with more trending. This is incredible, and I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
Subaru responds to unfortunate name of new vehicle, saying, we had nothing to do with this.
Yep.
Guys. So what it's called is Forester
Let him figure it out,
Ultimate
though.
Customized Kit Special Edition.
Yeah. So when you acronym that,
I'm going to use it. I'm going to
You're
use
going
it.
to
Use it.
Okay, go ahead.
This car fucks.
Yep. No, but that's it.
But
that's
those are
true.
ridiculous words that they put together, so they had to have been intentional.
Who didn't think of that?
It kind of makes me want to buy a Subaru, though.
It makes me want to buy that one.
Apparently,
Maybe
give no fucks.
Maybe that's
There's
what
mine.
they were doing.
Yeah, it's mine.
But
Apparently
Megatron,
Subaru.
maybe that's what they were doing because honestly,
Like, we give
there
no.
are hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people that go into boardrooms every day and they go like, what are we going to name this?
There's no way that was not.
How'd that go by
Like,
everyone?
we're just going to play dumb and be like, we didn't know.
come
we
on.
didn't know.
It's like-
Clearly, they really give no fucks.
Didn't we just cover a story about that thing that where they paid like $200,000 to an advertising company to come up with "Don't Jerk and Drive"? Do you remember that?
I do not remember this.
This is in South Dakota, and when it gets icy, gazoon type, buddy.
Thank you.
And when it gets icy, they didn't want you to like jerk the wheel when you're driving. So the motto was "Don't jerk and drive," which like who's not understanding? Who's not getting it?
All right.
Let's go.
So moving on from that, I want to buy that car, by the way.
Yep.
But moving on from that,
car.
Sean, I'm gonna have to skip a story, and I apologize. But do you have the sound clip ready? And okay. All right. I know Pete isn't here, but we have a special edition P files. Sean, cue the music.
Boom.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
That is the first line of this headline.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
She knew.
What is that? Navy pilots report unexplained flying object. This is from the New York Times. You posted
New
this.
York Times.
You
guys.
posted this.
Everybody, like literally, and Megatron, I don't want to interrupt you.
No. Go on,
Right.
go on.
All I'm saying is, guys, at a certain point, we really, as a society, have to stop denying that there is crap in our skies that we don't know what it is. It's okay, everyone.
You knocked over She-Hulk.
It's okay, She-Hulk. It's okay. It's okay, everyone. Like, literally, let's just boil this down for 1 second. Don't be afraid. We would already be dead. They're just here to look at us like we're zoo animals.
Well, and they want to touch your butt.
Well, that's fine.
No, it's not fine to me. I don't want them to touch my butt.
But it's interesting to me that there are more and more legitimate news sources starting to show these stories lately, and even like government agencies confirming things.
They
too,
are.
you know, and it's interesting, and it's like I think we are building to disclosure in a way. Like they're slowly starting to release things and say things
Megs,
to try to like condition people to not freak out.
Megs, I could not agree more. I could not agree more.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I could not agree more.
It's condition, and we only have 30 seconds, but it's a conditioning thing.
Mhm.
Like they're doing it slowly
Yes.
to get people like on board to be
Okay.
like. So
Yeah.
it's not like mass hysteria. It's
I
just
know
like
so many
it's
people
not
who
War of
have
the
had
Worlds.
experiences.
It's
and
more
seen
of
things
like a
themselves.
Me
Like,
too.
it's legit.
It's
Yes.
more of like a
I'm one of them.
holy
Me too.
shit. It's not. I'm going to kill everything.
Right.
Yeah, just
more of
whole-
like
yeah.
holy shit.
We
less
kind of
than.
we knew this was possible.
Right.
Is what the media is
All right,
trying
guys.
to help us with.
Stay tuned. We got gamer tags. We've got so much more. Guys, why would you leave? Stay tuned. More Poppin' Off.
It's Poppin' Off.
I never got the opportunity to play Resident Evil, but I'd go over to friends' houses and they had it. I always stood there and like waited for something to like jump out. Even when the first movie came out, Resident Evil 1, I thought that was a great movie.
Awesome movies.
All like pop-up surprise scares and jump cuts and stuff like that, but I thought it was a solid movie.
Great.
Solid video game franchise. The graphics just get better every single time they release a different Resident Evil. So a shout out again to my dad for getting me a PlayStation 4, because now I get the opportunity, I can get any of the Resident Evils I want.
Killing it, Dad.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream. It's Poppin' Off.
I just want Greg from now on for the rest of my life to just flatly describe things that I didn't know in advance. It's just a dumb face on something.
That's exactly how all my friends feel. Tim, T, you got this. It's exactly how they
From now on, so any movie that's about to come out, I want you to watch the trailer first and just
I will.
describe it to me. It's this dumb person doing this dumb thing from now
Awesome.
on. Because
That's what I'll say. Awesome. That's it.
Okay, you are not Stitch.
Oh, that's true.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream.
It's Poppin' Off.
Dr. Mario World mobile game.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, I would love to play that on my phone. Making it a mobile
I would
game?
too.
This is awesome.
I used to play this on the original NES.
Being able to play on mobile, I think, would kind of open the world for a lot of people who've never played this game to be able to play it because everyone has a phone. Just
Right.
as long as it can run on iPhones or like people who are broken have Androids, then
Was that a dig at T downstairs?
It sure was.
there's only one person that turns our group chat screen.
That's right.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream.
Pop, 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 pop.
It's Poppin' Off.
They tell you that the movie's going to be over 3 hours runtime. Would you rather have an intermission for you to be able to get up, go to the bathroom, stretch your legs, get another drink? Or would you rather just have to sit there and hold it?
I don't normally go see movies because they are really long.
I would love an intermission. It's maybe like an extra 10 or 15 minutes. It's kind of like theater.
No, I think intermissions are stupid. I would watch all 3 Human Centipede movies without going to the bathroom. I'm not going
I would go to the bathroom and throw up.
Watch live and on demand at youtube.com/PoppinOffShow.
Welcome back into Poppin' Off. I am Danny Otto. Joining with me tonight, the one, the only Megs.
Hello.
50 Shades Greg.
What is up, everybody? How are you?
Dancer of the year, right?
All right. Anyway, gamer tags.
Woo.
Do it. All right. So we've got a lot of stuff in gamer tags.
Do it.
All thanks to Sean, but like
Yay.
we've got a lot to get to.
Mhm.
We're gonna rapid fire these as much as we can so we can get through them. First thing, these are really cool.
Yeah, they're great.
So Dad makes a homemade controller compatible with Nintendo Switch using parts from Microsoft Adaptive Xbox controller in order to allow his daughter to play Zelda. This is incredible.
Wow.
What you doing, Greg?
I lost my mic. Can you hear
Plugging
me?
his mic in.
We can
Yeah,
all
we can
hear
hear
you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
you
let
lost
me.
your headphones.
I can't hear you. That's fine. Just let me say this. This is so unbelievably encouraging about humanity. Seriously,
You can
like,
take your headphones off because we're
Okay,
all in
fine.
studio. Yeah,
Right,
as
great.
long as you can hear us talking here.
This is an amazing example of a human being that's going out of their way and putting so much time and effort into something because they love their little girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And now there are companies that are going to be like, "We'll help you make that."
Right.
And
Yeah.
maybe he'll make some money off of it. He
What's his
deserves
little
it.
girl's
She
situation?
has. They said she had mobility issues.
Mm.
I don't know
Oh.
if that's politically correct.
Yeah.
I mean, she's probably. I don't. Can you get Parkinson's when you're that young, or?
I don't know.
You know
Maybe-
what? It doesn't,
yeah, I
it
haven't read
doesn't
the. I
matter.
didn't read the thing.
She has
but that's
mobility
amazing.
issues.
To make it like more
Yeah.
accessible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just
What's
think
up,
it's
Sean?
amazing.
So the other thing I can add is there is a continuation to this story too, with the fact that Phil Spencer of Microsoft, the Xbox president himself, took notice of this story, and both him and Logitech have actually reached out to this guy for opportunities to make more controllers like this in
That's
the future.
amazing.
Nice.
Wow.
So we may have like somebody getting hired by Microsoft to create or / develop this new controller.
Yeah. Based on his personal life.
Yeah.
Based on solving something that has to do with love in his personal life.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's incredible.
Beautiful.
That's
All right.
awesome.
So like I said, we got to keep moving.
Yeah, let's
We've
go.
got a ton
Let's
of
go.
stories. So Super Smash Brothers announced a new character. And Sean, if I mispronounce this character, I apologize. You can correct me because like Fire Emblem was not a big game for me. I didn't play it a lot. Actually, I didn't play it at all. If I'm going to be completely honest. But Byleth, is that the name?
That is pretty much the correct pronunciation of the
Very
name,
cool.
as far as I know.
Very cool. So
Very cool.
So that was announced as the final character or the final fighter announced for this, I guess this first Fighter's Pass.
That is correct.
The last character that's been announced.
The last character of the first Fighter's Pass, which included the first 5 characters for
Right.
DLC. And, every character came with their own different stage, their own different music that would be added to the game. So we first had, We had Terry, we had from Fatal Fury, we've had the hero from Dragon Quest, we had Banjo and Kazooie, and then we also had Joker from Persona 5, and this Byleth now completes this first Fighters Pass.
What I noticed is it's another sword wielder.
Yes, and that is a big point of contention, especially in the Smash Bros. Community right now, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, this game has too many anime blue-haired swordsmen.
Exactly. I mean,
that was a very sexualized pose she was in. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
That was not a very fighter stance. She had like her leg turned in and it was like, hey, with her sword. Yeah, see that like right leg is turned in.
You're
she
not
does not
wrong.
have her center of balance there in that picture. She's not ready to fight anyone.
You're
in
gonna
that
lose.
pose.
You are gonna
She's like,
lose.
hey, this is my accessory, accessory.
Sean,
Sorry, these are things that a woman notices looking at these things. I'm like,
Megatron.
no one fights like that.
Megatron,
Anyway,
you just
like-
subconsciously created
Like-
something. My accessory. This is my accessory.
I misspoke that. She's very
Sean,
sexualized.
why don't you go to the video clip?
We have a
before
video set
Very
showcasing
phallic.
this character in
Very
action.
phallic.
Oh, cool. I bet she's better.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics. With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach. Use Amir's overwhelming power.
Heels are very
the
impractical.
the entire
Much
time
better.
that the thing's going, Megatron's just like, those heels wouldn't work. You can't
Very,
fight like
I
that.
said they're impractical.
Yeah, let's
Although
be fair.
she does look like a better fighter in action.
That's
than in
what I
that
was going to say.
still.
Let's be
Yeah,
fair, as you
it's true.
did say.
It's true.
Okay,
But
this looks much
still,
better.
Why does she got to be in heels?
Exactly.
So
Which is fair.
what I'm most excited for,
No fighter would actually be
also
in
we
heels.
got we got the announcements of new fighter costumes.
Yeah,
Have
new
to, I'm
costumes for the Mii fighters
Yeah.
that are coming up, and we have an image that showcases all of them.
Let's do
let's
it.
put that up while I say this. The one I'm most excited for is Cuphead, because I don't know if you guys
Cuphead.
had a chance to play this, but my roommate
It's a
and
hard game.
My roommate and I, and it's on the far left. My roommate and I played Cuphead, and he got super obsessed with it. It's a hard.
It is really
game.
hard.
I wanted
Dan,
to
like,
use.
gave up
I
'cause
wanted
it
to
was
use
so
another
hard.
F, but it is a hard game.
But it's also like really cool, but it's very hard.
It's
it's a
really
really cool
hard.
and stylized game, and like even Dan was just like, that game is hard.
Yeah.
I do have one thing to add about those that are interested in the Cuphead Mii costume in particular. It actually also comes with one of the songs from the game actually being added to Smash Ultimate, so you could use it in your own custom stages or have it play on the menus
Oh,
and all
that's
that
great.
too.
The music's really good. It's cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean the style of Cuphead is awesome. It's hard.
Did we have other things? Like, what does it mean that we also have? Oh, you said the costumes. So there are like new skins for the old characters?
Well, basically in the game you actually have basically you can make your own fighter of sorts based on your
That's what
Mii avatar.
Yeah, the Mii avatars, you can make them a custom character now in Smash Brothers.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. Okay.
The different skins for the Miis are like
Gotcha.
based on different themes.
I got it.
So, but you can make a different fighter based on that now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's just basically it's a blank canvas, and now you can kind of make a fighter out of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And on top of that, they did confirm that there is another
Fighter
Fighters
Pass.
Pass coming
Yeah.
with 6 more characters on the way.
Do you, Sean. So I wanted to make sure I asked you this, and we'll move on. I promise. Right after this. But do you have any predictions for what could potentially be an announcement in those 6 characters?
There's no certainties or definites here.
No.
but
I'm
I
asking
do
you.
think,
I'm asking you.
I'm thinking that we're at
Curious.
least going to get another Nintendo-made character or 2 within this next Fighters Pass, considering that Byleth basically said, "Oh yeah, we can now have Nintendo-made characters in the pack, so it's no longer all third-party characters." But there are some characters though that I would like to hope for too now, like the Doomslayer, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, or even the likes of Crash Bandicoot.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Or Blue Speed Mouse.
He's already in the game.
I know.
Luigi?
Gooigi?
Have you played Luigi's Mansion yet?
No.
Ah.
Is Wario in there?
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to play this game.
All right. So, Greg, I want you to talk about this next story. We have a video set.
Okay.
Sean, do you want us to talk about it, or do you want to air the video set first? Because I want to make sure we
How
hit
about we air the video first and
All right,
then
hit
we
the
talk.
hit the video set.
Yeah.
No? Yes?
I'm actually just curious as to
They've got air support!
Them last.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like for me, that looks really, really good. I would be terrible at playing it. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But in comparing that to Anthem, my motto is I've got to wait and see now. I mean, this is how much Anthem has effed up my whole like confidence in things that are coming out. Because you know as well as I do, Danimal, you and I sat around and we were just like, Anthem looks so good. Oh,
I
it looks
played it
so good
for a month.
You liked it for a while. Yeah. But then the DLCs didn't do it for you.
But no.
Rightfully so.
Here's the thing.
Right.
I loved it out the gate because I could basically be Iron Man. That's what I wanted. That's
Right.
all I wanted.
Right.
Like the
No, of course.
the main class was basically Iron Man. You were in an Iron Man suit. You flew. That was
I
it.
agree. I agree.
But no, I think this game looks great, and it's from former Halo co-creator. Like on paper and in trailers, it looks like a good game.
It does.
The multiplayer beta is dated for the end of July. End of January, January 28th.
It's just beta is such a dirty word to me now because we spent so much time and we were just like, we're going to commit to this game. And so it's just jaded me. It's like an ex-girlfriend. She just really messed me up in the head, you know? And now I'm like,
You're a little gun shy.
That looks great, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah.
interesting. All right.
Looks great.
So this next story makes me a little sad, personally.
Uh-oh.
Valve says that Left 4 Dead 3 is absolutely not currently in the works.
I hate when they do
And
this.
any rumors are misinformation.
Yeah.
This makes me very sad.
Hey, they got to get to Left 4 Dead 4.
I
know.
I loved Left 4 Dead 1 and 2.
This makes sense.
These games for me were I loved them. I loved playing both of them.
Valve continues to prove they can't count to 3.
Wow.
Genius, Shawnee.
Ouch.
Genius. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I hate when they do this. I hate when they say, like, definitively, we're not going to do this or we're not going to. I mean, Megatron and I were talking about this earlier. Like, look, if the Watchmen, well, actually, it was Danos that said, if the Watchmen takes, what'd he say?
30 years.
30 years. Yeah, I'm down.
I'll still wait. I'll still watch
Yeah,
it.
maybe it'll be 5 years, and Damon Lindelof will finally come up with a great idea for
Exactly.
season 2, and then they'll do it. You
Right,
know,
right.
but
Or it'll be in the purgatory that can I think of the damn name for? It's had 2 games.
I feel like Sean is the greatest.
It involves aliens and a parallel universe and
Megatron's focused.
Portal came from it. Half-Life.
Oh.
Half-Life 1 and 2. Why are
we
you
gotta
zooming
zoom.
in?
We gotta zoom because I was like,
Half-Life 1
Well,
and 2.
you obviously helped.
Everybody's been waiting for
Wow,
Half-Life
really put the pressure
3.
on him.
There was all these rumors from Half-Life 3, but it's never happening type of thing. I feel like Left 4 Dead 3 is like that. It's
Right.
never really going to happen, but everybody every year is going to be like, this is the year. Half-Life 3 is coming. Left 4 Dead is coming. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What I'm saying is, like, let me let me just ask you guys personally. Do you think that it's necessary to, because it might be necessary to come out and say, you know what, we're not going to do this, guys. Don't get excited. We're not going to do it. If that's something that's necessary, I'll acquiesce to that.
Well,
but
here's
what
the
I don't
thing.
understand is why even say? Is it because everybody on Twitter
Never
is
say
going
never.
like, where is it?
well,
Where
because there's
is
been
it?
a lot of every time like there's new speculation like every couple weeks, every couple months, something like that. But I would be happy. I would be just fine if like when we get the next gen consoles, if they did a remake. of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 and just paired them together or deal like downloadable like half price
or make 3.
Or make 3, but I'm just saying, like, I would be perfectly happy. Same thing with like
that's fair.
When they did the zombie pack on Black Ops 3, they did the zombie pack and they did the updated maps, the old maps from Black Ops 1 and 2. I still play it. I
see what you're
literally
saying.
still play it.
Yeah.
So I'd be perfectly happy if it was just like, you know what? You can buy them for $10. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 as a pair. You just download them. We're not going to make a disc for them, but just download them on the new consoles and their updated graphics and blah blah.
Makes sense.
Perfectly happy. I'd love to do that.
I get that.
Both of those games are great.
Do you think that there is there? I'm just putting this out there. I don't know the industry as well as you guys probably do, but do you think there's anything to like? Oh, let's just say there's not going to be a 3 to kind of test the waters to see how excited people would be for a 3. How pissed off are people going to be if we say there's definitely not going to be one?
Great point.
I'm
Megatron.
sure it's
great point.
One there and
totally possible.
Like, is it a way to kind of test the waters to see if people are
Totally
enough people are interested? Because say they come out and say there's definitely not going to be a 3, and everyone's like, all right. Then they're like, cool, we're not going to make a 3.
Actually,
but if people are like, what? We really wanted that. That would have been
kind of
amazing.
genius.
I'm so mad. And then they're like, okay, cool, you guys, you won. We'll make it for you.
Genius marketing strategy.
Like, is it like a free way to kind of like see if anybody's interested?
It might be.
I don't know.
It might be
possible.
It might be.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We're gonna come back.
Say anything.
Wrap
No, it
everything
might be.
up in a nice little bow. We're almost done. Why would you leave now? Stay tuned. We're popping off right
I
after
was
this.
green, I would die.
It's Poppin' Off.
If you could go back to your childhood and stash away one toy, what would that one toy be?
Dreamcast. I grew up in the country sticks, and so like I didn't have cool internet access. So Dreamcast was supposed to be this high tech coming in, and then like you had like the little screen on it that you could play it. I would like to be able to actually get into that.
I loved the Dreamcast.
Didn't the PlayStation 2 kill the Dreamcast?
Every system killed the Dreamcast.
Watch live on the FNTSY YouTube stream.
Are you enjoying Poppin' Off and want to support the show? Yes! Well, go forth and smash that like button on this episode and subscribe to Poppin' Off on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/PoppinOffShow and on Instagram at The Poppin' Off Show. That's one word for more awesome content. Did you know we also have a Facebook group? Oh no. Well, now you do, and you can also join the population and interact with cast members and more there on Facebook.com/groups/Poppin' Off Show. One more time, Facebook.com/groups/Poppin' Off Show.
Welcome back to Poppin' Off. I am Daniela. Johnny.
What is love?
Make sure.
Baby, don't hurt me. Oh my God. I just had a memory of that song.
This shit's great.
What is love? Bulbous, don't hurt me.
I used to work in a restaurant years ago, and one of the busboys, like, I swear, like, what he got when he came to America was like one of those 90s dance music CDs that you buy
And
on
that's
like
what
an
he knew about
infomercial.
America?
And that was what he knew. Because all he did in the background would just like sing these songs. And that song in particular was his favorite. He would always be like in the background, like cleaning, being like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. And it was like the greatest thing ever. He was such a lovely human. I don't know what he's up to now, but
All right.
God, it made me so happy.
He
every
loved
day.
that damn song.
All right.
I loved that song.
Yeah.
Product of the night. We got to make sure we get to this.
Yeah, let's do this.
We have to get to this.
Let's do this, buddy.
So, product of the night. Build-A-Bear Workshop is confirming they're going to have a Baby Yoda
I'm
Build-A-Bear.
too excited about this. Oh my God.
We don't have what the prototype
You
will
guys,
look like.
we are all going to the Build-A-Bear workshop together and
Absolutely.
We make this a
Baby Yoda.
poppin' out
Absolutely.
event.
We have to.
Absolutely.
We make this a poppin'
I
out
agree.
event.
We have to.
We bring
I
out
agree.
the Sony Cam.
Yep.
We all go to a Build-A-Bear workshop.
Yep.
We all get to make our own.
Yes.
And that's it. And we'll talk to the employees there.
I want to cry.
We'll
I'm
all
so
get our
happy about
own.
It's amazing.
And then we'll bring them back and we'll have 4 different,
Oh
3, 4,
my
5, whatever,
God.
Baby Yodas.
It makes me so.
It's gonna be so cute.
Guys, it makes me so happy.
It's
it
such a
really
great
makes me
way
happy.
to do a
Oh,
Baby Yoda. I think
it would
like
just,
ugh,
it's genius.
cool.
Like whoever that CEO is,
Yeah.
Genius.
Well, they didn't just put out another generic plush. You know, like it's
Right.
gonna be something different. It's gonna be high
Right.
quality,
Yep.
and like that'll be really nice.
Oh, I cannot wait to do this, you guys. We have to do
We
this.
have to make this an event.
Because if we don't do this, I'm taking every date that I'll ever have for like the next 2 years to
you're like-
Build-A-Bear
you're like on Craigslist.
for Yoda.
Like,
Who
here's
wants
my
to go to
Craigslist
Build-A-Bear?
ad.
yeah. I will. I'll do
You're in
it.
the personal section in Craigslist. Like,
I will do it.
like, who wants to go to Build-A-Bear for a first date and make a baby Yoda?
And that's a section of Craigslist you can't have videos on, so we should do it this way.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so look for that. We will definitely make that video. When this gets announced that it's actually happening, we'll make sure we make an actual event of it.
Expect so many baby
We'll all
Yoda
go.
selfies.
Yes.
Oh my
We'll all
God.
go. We'll film it. We'll get tea in the mix. We'll actually do it all together. You know.
Yep.
We'll make a big production of it for sure.
Heart.
We have to.
Here's what I wanted to say. You and Danos are going on a trip next week.
Yes.
Oh, they are.
So you guys will not be here. So we wanted to say officially, safe travels.
Thank you.
You guys are going to the West Coast.
He's going to the West Coast. I'm going to the mid. Well, so we're both going to the Midwest first.
Oh, okay.
Because my family's from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said I'm not the ex-wife from Iowa.
I
and
put that together.
From there, I'm staying there, and then he's going to the West Coast to see his family.
Oh, and you'll come back?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
so like I'm going to Iowa for a week. He's going to be there for 2 days, and then go see his family.
Awesome.
And then from Vegas,
He's gonna
where
see
they
Mamos.
are. Yeah, he's going to go see Mamos in
Mamos.
Vegas.
Mamos, who
and
was
then,
in studio with us.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
we
then
know.
that weekend after that, he's going to take a little trip to L.A., see some friends out there because that's where he's from.
Maybe Pete.
Yep.
And maybe
Yeah.
Pete.
Yeah,
maybe
great.
some other friends of his. He's going to go to the
And Zach.
the pop shop,
The Funko,
the new Funko shop
the
in
Hollywood.
Nice.
Yeah, and then go back to Vegas and then come back here.
Very nice.
So
Very
like we're kind of doing this weird like
Yeah,
off trip.
but
So
that's
he's
great.
going to see my family for a couple days and go see
Yeah.
his family. And,
Well, we just wanted to let everyone know that you guys unfortunately won't be here next week.
Right.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
so next week
After that, I'll be back. He's coming back a little later than I am. So
Dope.
yeah.
Dope.
But anyway, safe travels to both you and Danos.
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
have
Do
fun.
not get the coronavirus.
Please
Hopefully-
don't.
Fingers crossed you don't.
Please, God,
Sorry,
don't.
just call him back to Tuesday. Just,
No,
bring
just
it back.
please don't.
Anyway,
Mm.
so
We love you too
next
much.
week
I'm gonna wear a
we-
mask.
We
Bane
will we will be both Megatron and Danos empty, I guess, lacking.
Yes.
But you guys
Yeah.
will be on the road, have fun, safe travels.
Yeah.
If I
Danos.
see any cool random things in like little Iowa shops, I'll let you know.
Dope. Dope.
Yes, take
That'd be-
pictures.
that'd be
send,
great.
send us stuff. You know,
Yeah.
That'd be great.
anything you
Sexy.
can.
Sexy. Sexy.
Last time I went to Iowa, I found some like a few Marvel Legends action figures that Dan couldn't find other places.
Interesting.
Oh, I
found
no,
the
I believe
Psylocke
that.
one in a GameStop in the mall in Iowa, and he was like, "Do you know how much that one is worth now? Because you can't find it anywhere." But like, you know, it's just you go to these random small towns and you find things because there aren't as many collectors there.
Exactly. That's
Interesting.
exactly
So he's
what I was
I
going to
think
say.
the thing he's
That's
most excited
exactly right.
about going to Iowa with me is going to the mall
Going
and
to
a
the
super
random-
Target that's there. Not just a Target, a super Target because it's in the Midwest.
If you guys have not experienced a super Target, it is amazing.
Oh, it's like literal Christmas to Dan when he finds a super Target.
my
It makes him
God.
so happy.
Love it.
All right, guys, we are out of time.
We've done it already.
That's why he's going to Iowa with me.
Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Guys, if you haven't seen it, go see Bad Boys for Life. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, we got to do this.
Greg's going to go see it.
All right,
Have
fine,
a
I'll
safe
go see
trip.
it.
Come on.
Guys, we'll see you next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Good night, everybody!